In the beginning, was it really as we've been told? My dear seekers of truth, prepare yourselves. Tonight we embark on a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about our origins. The Garden of Eden, a lost paradise, or a carefully constructed illusion. And what if I told you that the very cradle of humanity was not a divine sanctuary, but an extraterrestrial laboratory? Imagine, if you will, a place where the boundaries between the celestial and the earthly blur, a nexus where beings from beyond the stars shape the destiny of our species. This, my friends, is the true nature of Eden. You've been taught that a serpent tempted Eve with the forbidden fruit, but what if that serpent was a strand of DNA, coiled with secrets that would forever alter the course of human evolution? In this episode, we will peel back the layers of the biblical allegory to reveal a truth so profound, so shocking, that it will forever change the way you see your place in the cosmos. Was the tree of knowledge a metaphor for genetic manipulation? Was our creation an experiment carried out by entities so advanced they seemed like gods to our ancestors? And, most importantly, are they still watching us? Join me, Dr. Alejandro Vega, as we decipher the hidden messages in our most sacred texts. Together, we will unravel the mystery of the alien secret of Eden and expose the hidden genetic lab within the Bible. Brace yourselves, truth seekers. The revelations that await are not for the faint of heart, but for those brave enough to question, seek, and challenge the established narrative enlightenment calls. The truth is out there, hidden in plain sight in the pages of Genesis. Are you ready to see Eden with new eyes? Since the dawn of civilization, humanity has sought answers about our origins. The tale of the Garden of Eden has been for millennia the cornerstone of our understanding of creation. But, my dear truth seekers, what if this tale was much more than just a creation myth? To understand the true nature of Eden, we must first strip away traditional interpretations and view the biblical text with new eyes. Genesis, that ancient text that has shaped civilizations, could actually be a code, an encrypted message left by beings of superior intelligence. Let's consider for a moment the scene, a paradisiacal garden, created seemingly out of nowhere, where the first humans lived in perfect harmony with their surroundings, a place where knowledge was within reach, but forbidden. Doesn't it suspiciously resemble a controlled environment? A laboratory, perhaps? Modern archaeology and genetics have unveiled inexplicable leaps in human evolution, periods where our cognitive and technological capabilities advanced at a rate that defies all natural explanation. Could this be evidence of an external intervention? Now let's focus on the protagonists of this story, Adam and Eve. The Bible tells us that they were created in the image and likeness of God. But what if God was not a singular, omnipotent entity, but a race of advanced beings capable of manipulating life itself? The concept of ancestral gods is not exclusive to Judaism or Christianity. Cultures around the world, from the ancient Sumerians to the Mayans, speak of beings who descended from the heavens to teach and, in some cases, create humanity. Coincidence? I think not. Consider the serpent, traditionally seen as the villain of the story. In many ancient cultures, the serpent was a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. What if, instead of a tempting reptile, the serpent of Eden were a metaphor for something else? Something like DNA. The double helix of DNA, my friends, remarkably resembles two intertwined serpents. Could it be that the temptation offered by the serpent was actually a genetic alteration, an evolutionary leap offered by our extraterrestrial creators? And the tree of knowledge, that forbidden fruit that opened the eyes of Adam and Eve, what if it were not a literal tree, but a metaphor for a scientific breakthrough? Knowledge so advanced it would seem magical to our primitive ancestors. The expulsion from Eden takes on a new meaning under this light. Not divine punishment, but the end of an experiment. The moment when our creators deemed us ready to face the world on our own, endowed with enhanced intelligence and expanded consciousness. My dear truth seekers, as we delve deeper into this theory, I ask you to keep your minds open. The implications of this interpretation are vast and profound. They challenge not only our understanding of history, but our very identity as a species. In the upcoming segments, we will explore evidence that supports this revolutionary theory. We will examine ancient texts, archaeological findings, and genetic anomalies that suggest an extraterrestrial intervention in our origins. Prepare for a journey that will shake the foundations of your reality. The Eden you knew is about to transform before your eyes, revealing secrets that have remained hidden for millennia. The truth, my friends, is about to be unveiled. My dear truth seekers, the time has come to plunge into the depths of this revolutionary theory. Prepare for a revelation that will challenge everything you believed about our origins and the Garden of Eden. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the biblical account of Genesis, but this time with an entirely new perspective. The text tells us that God created Adam from the dust of the earth and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. But what if we interpret this as a metaphorical description of an advanced genetic engineering process? Imagine, if you will, beings from a highly advanced extraterrestrial civilization, beings capable of manipulating the genetic code as easily as we type on a keyboard. For them, creating life from the basic elements of the earth, the dust, would be a feasible task. The breath of life could be a poetic representation of the activation of that genetic code. Now, consider the tree of knowledge of good and evil. In our interpretation, it is not a literal tree, but a metaphor for a programmed evolutionary leap in our DNA. A genetic switch, if you will, designed to activate at the right moment and elevate human consciousness to a new level. The serpent in this scenario is not a tempting reptile, but possibly one of our extraterrestrial creators, a being that decided to accelerate the process of evolution by prematurely activating that genetic switch. The forbidden fruit would then be the advanced knowledge, the expanded consciousness, that definitively separated us from the rest of the creatures of Eden. But what evidence do we have to support this seemingly outlandish theory? Allow me to present you with some intriguing findings. First, the Sumerian texts, which predate the Bible by thousands of years. These ancient writings speak of the Anunnaki, beings who descended from the heavens and created humans to be their workers. Coincidence? I think not. This narrative aligns remarkably well with our interpretation of Eden as a genetic laboratory. Second, the inexplicable leaps in human evolution. Paleontologists and geneticists have identified periods in our history where our cognitive and physical capabilities seem to have advanced at an accelerated pace, defying the laws of natural evolution. The most notable of these leaps occurred about 70,000 years ago, an event known as the cognitive revolution. Could this be the result of extraterrestrial genetic intervention? Third, the anomalies in our DNA. Scientists have discovered what they call junk DNA, genetic sequences that apparently have no function. But what if this inactive DNA is actually alien code, waiting to be activated? Some researchers have pointed out that parts of this junk DNA have a structure similar to computer programming languages. Coincidence? You decide. Fourth, the representations of gods in ancient art. From cave paintings to Egyptian reliefs, we find figures with helmets, spacesuits, and vehicles that remarkably resemble our modern technology. Could these be depictions of our extraterrestrial creators? Fifth, the inexplicable megalithic structures. From the pyramids of Egypt to the Nazca lines in Peru, there are ancient constructions that challenge our understanding of our ancestors' technological capabilities. Could these be the remnants of alien technology used in our creation? Now, let's consider the implications of this theory. If we were created by extraterrestrial beings, what does this mean for our understanding of life, consciousness, and our place in the universe? On one hand, this theory could explain why humans seem so disconnected from the rest of life on Earth. Our capacity for abstraction, art, science, and technology dramatically separates us from other species. Could this be the result of our alien heritage? On the other hand, this theory raises profound questions about our autonomy as a species. If we were created as an experiment, are we truly free? Or are we following a predetermined program set by our creators? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, if this theory is true, are our creators still watching us? Do they continue to intervene in our development? Could the great technological leaps of our recent history, the Industrial Revolution, the digital age, be the result of ongoing intervention? My dear truth seekers, I know these ideas may seem far-fetched, even heretical to some, but I ask you to keep your minds open. The history of science is full of ideas that once seemed crazy, but later proved to be true. Remember, not long ago, the idea that the Earth revolved around the sun was considered heresy. Today, it is an accepted fact. Could our theory of Eden as an extraterrestrial genetic lab be today's heresy and tomorrow's accepted truth? In our next segment, we will delve even deeper into the implications of this theory. We will examine how this interpretation of Eden could shed new light on other biblical mysteries and explore the possible reasons why this truth has remained hidden for so long. Stay tuned, my brave truth seekers. The journey has only just begun, and the revelations that await promise to be even more astonishing. My dear truth seekers, we have only taken the first steps on this journey of revelation. But before we delve deeper into the mysteries of the extraterrestrial Eden, let me present you with some unsettling questions. If the Garden of Eden was really an alien genetic laboratory, what other secrets might lie hidden in the pages of our sacred texts? How many other biblical stories could actually be coded records of extraterrestrial intervention? Consider for a moment Noah's Ark. What if it were not a literal vessel, but a genetic database? A repository of DNA created by our alien creators to preserve their experiment in the face of impending catastrophe. Or consider the Tower of Babel. Could this be a metaphor for a human attempt to reach the technological level of our creators? Was the confusion of languages a security measure implemented to slow our progress until we are ready? And what about the prophetic visions described in books like Ezekiel or Revelation? Could these be accounts of encounters with advanced alien technology, incomprehensible to the humans of the time? But there is a more disturbing question we must consider. If we were created as an experiment, what is our ultimate purpose? Are we merely test subjects in a vast cosmic laboratory, or is there a greater plan for humanity that we cannot yet comprehend? And perhaps most unsettling of all, if this theory is true, why has it been kept hidden for so long? Who or what might have an interest in keeping humanity ignorant of its true origins? Prepare yourselves, my brave truth seekers. In our next segment, we will venture into even deeper and murkier waters. The answers we find may forever change our understanding of the universe and our place in it. My dear truth seekers, before we continue with our revelations, I want to pause for a moment to thank you for your bravery and thirst for knowledge. You are the reason why we continue to unravel these cosmic mysteries. I've noticed in the comments of our previous videos that many of you have been asking about the connection between ancient civilizations and possible extraterrestrial visits. Let me tell you that your intuitions are on the right track. In future episodes, we will thoroughly explore this fascinating connection. If you are not yet part of our community of researchers, I invite you to join us. Press the subscription button right now and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our revealing investigations. And speaking of investigations, what other biblical mysteries would you like us to explore under this new light? Leave your suggestions in the comments. Your ideas could be the spark that ignites our next big revelation. Remember, every like and share of our videos helps spread the truth. You're challenging the status quo and opening more people's eyes to the hidden realities around us. Now, brace yourselves. What's coming next could shake the foundations of everything you thought you knew about our existence. The truth is out there, and together we'll discover it. Welcome back, intrepid truth seekers. Now that we have laid the foundation of our theory about Eden as an extraterrestrial genetic laboratory, it is time to dive even deeper into the implications of this revelation. Let us consider for a moment the consequences of this theory on our understanding of human evolution and our place in the cosmos. Firstly, we must re-examine the history of humanity under this new light. If we were created or genetically modified by extraterrestrial beings, this would explain many of the missing links in our evolution. The evolutionary jumps that have puzzled paleontologists for decades could be the result of programmed genetic interventions. Consider, for example, the sudden increase in human brain size around 200,000 years ago. This drastic change, which gave us our superior cognitive capabilities, occurred in the blink of an eye in evolutionary terms. Could this be the moment when our alien creators activated certain sequences in our DNA? But let's go further. If Eden was a laboratory, what happened to the failed experiments? Here is where our theory could shed light on another mystery the coexistence of multiple hominid species in prehistory, Neanderthals, Denisovans, Homo floresiensis. Could these be the results of different versions of the human experiment and their extinction? Was it natural, or was it a deliberate cleanup by our creators when they decided Homo sapiens was the most successful model? Now, let's consider the theological and philosophical implications of this theory. If we were created by advanced extraterrestrial beings, does that mean there is no God in the traditional sense? Not necessarily. One could argue that these alien beings are merely intermediaries, possibly even angels in the biblical sense, carrying out the plan of an even greater intelligence. This interpretation might even reconcile faith with science. The theory of evolution and divine creation would no longer be mutually exclusive, but part of a larger, more complex process of cosmic engineering. But let's go even further. If we were created as an experiment, what is our purpose? Are we a form of life designed to survive in conditions that our creators cannot tolerate? Or are we a long-term experiment in directed evolution, destined eventually to become beings like our creators? These questions lead us to consider our current situation. If our alien creators are still observing us, how do they view our progress? Are they satisfied with our technological development, or are they concerned about our propensity for violence and the destruction of the environment? Here is where our theory could offer a new perspective on UFO phenomena and alleged encounters with extraterrestrials. Could these be attempts by our creators to subtly monitor or even guide our development? Consider reports of alien abductions involving medical and reproductive procedures. Could these be attempts by our creators to adjust their experiment, perhaps even introduce new genetic modifications into the human population? And what about the mysterious crop circles, often with complex mathematical designs? Could these be coded messages from our creators, possibly designed to stimulate certain areas of our brain or activate dormant sequences in our DNA? Now let's tackle an even more controversial topic: the genetic differences between human populations. For a long time, this has been a taboo subject in science due to its potential for misuse, but our theory offers a new perspective. What if the different human races are actually the result of different lines of experiments conducted by our alien creators? This would explain the genetic differences without resorting to outdated and dangerous notions of racial superiority. After all, in a scientific experiment, diversity is a strength, not a weakness. This idea could also shed light on the myths of different cultures about their divine origins. The Greek gods of Olympus, the Sumerian Anunnaki, the Incas' Viracochas. Could these all be cultural memories of different groups of our extraterrestrial creators? But perhaps the deepest implication of our theory relates to the future of humanity. If we were created through advanced genetic engineering, does this mean we are destined to do the same? Is it our fate to become creator gods in our own right? Consider the rapid advances in genetic engineering and CRISPR technology. Are we on the brink of taking control of our own evolution? And if so, is this part of our creator's plan, or are we about to cross a line that we are not prepared to cross? My dear truth seekers, I know these ideas are dizzying. They challenge not only our understanding of history and religion, but our own identity as a species. But I urge you to keep your minds open. Remember, every great advancement in human knowledge has initially been met with skepticism and even hostility. But it is our duty as truth seekers to question, explore, and challenge established narratives. In our next segment, we will explore the possible reasons why this truth has remained hidden for so long. We will examine the power structures that might have an interest in keeping humanity ignorant of its true origins. Prepare yourselves, my brave fellow researchers. The rabbit hole is deep, and we are just beginning our descent. Esteemed seekers of truth, we have reached a crucial point in our journey of discovery. It is time to elevate our perspective and consider the deeper and more transcendent implications of our theory about Eden as an extraterrestrial genetic laboratory. Beyond the historical and scientific details, this revelation invites us to fundamentally re-examine our understanding of existence itself. If we are indeed the product of alien intervention, how does this change our perception of the meaning of life and our place in the cosmos? Firstly, we must consider that this theory does not necessarily negate the existence of a supreme creator or cosmic purpose. On the contrary, it could argue that it expands our understanding of creation to a truly universal scale. If we were created by advanced extraterrestrial beings, couldn't they, in turn, be part of an even larger plan? This perspective invites us to reconsider our notions of divinity and transcendence. Traditional religious concepts of gods or angels could be primitive interpretations of these advanced beings, but this doesn't diminish their spiritual importance. On the contrary, it challenges us to expand our understanding of the divine to encompass the vastness of the cosmos. We must also consider the ethical implications of this theory. If we are the result of a cosmic experiment, do we have a special responsibility toward our creators or toward the universe at large? Are we destined to follow in their footsteps and become creators of life ourselves? This leads us to a deep reflection on the purpose of our existence. If we were created with a specific purpose, what might it be? Are we an experiment in directed evolution, destined to develop capabilities that our creators value? Or perhaps we are a form of preservation, designed to survive in conditions that our creators cannot tolerate? These questions invite us to reconsider our relationship with nature and with planet Earth. If we are indeed a transplanted or modified species, do we have an even greater responsibility to care for our adopted home? This perspective could offer a new ethical imperative to address global crises like climate change and biodiversity loss. Moreover, this theory challenges us to rethink our notions of individuality and consciousness. If our brains were designed or modified by extraterrestrial beings, what implications does this have for our understanding of the human mind? Could our experiences of enlightenment or spiritual awakening actually be the activation of latent capacities programmed into our DNA? This leads us to consider the possibility that our very consciousness is a gift from our alien creators. Could it be that our capacity for self-reflection, our quest for meaning and purpose, are intentionally designed traits? If so, how does this change our understanding of free will and moral responsibility? From this transcendent perspective, even our conflicts and struggles as a species could be seen in a new light. Could our wars, our philosophical debates, our scientific advancements all be part of a vast cosmic experiment? Are we being observed to see how we handle the challenges of conscious existence? This idea invites us to adopt a truly cosmic perspective on our human affairs. It challenges us to rise above our superficial differences and recognize our fundamental unity as participants in this great galactic experiment. Finally, this theory forces us to consider our future as a species in a radically new way. If we were created through advanced genetic engineering, are we destined to pursue that path ourselves? Is our destiny to take control of our own evolution, becoming the gods of our own future? This perspective sheds new light on the rapid advancements in fields like artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, and genetic engineering. Could these developments be predestined steps in our cosmic evolution, or are we in danger of overstepping the bounds set by our creators? My dear truth seekers, these are profound questions with no easy answers, but in contemplating them, we elevate ourselves beyond the mundane concerns of our daily existence. We connect with the vast mystery of the cosmos and our place in it. I urge you to meditate on these ideas. Allow them to expand your consciousness and challenge your perceptions, for it is in this space of questioning and wonder that we can touch the truly transcendent. Remember, whatever the ultimate truth about our origins, the mere fact that we can contemplate these questions is itself a cosmic miracle. We are stardust come to life, capable of reflecting on the mystery of our own existence. In our next segment, we will explore how we can apply these transcendent ideas in our daily lives, because the true power of this revelation lies not only in its ability to expand our understanding of the cosmos, but in its potential to transform the way we live and relate to the world around us. Dear truth seekers, we have traveled a long journey in our exploration of Eden as an extraterrestrial genetic laboratory. Now, it is time to bring these ideas from the realm of theory into the realm of practice. How can we apply these revelations in our daily lives? First of all, this theory invites us to cultivate a cosmic perspective in our daily life. Imagine for a moment that each of you is a unique experiment in cosmic evolution. How would this change the way you approach your personal challenges? Could you see your struggles not as obstacles but as growth opportunities designed by a higher intelligence? This perspective can be profoundly liberating. We are no longer mere victims of circumstance, but active participants in a great cosmic experiment. Every decision we make, every act of kindness or creativity could be a vital contribution to this experiment. Moreover, this theory invites us to reconsider our relationships with others. If we are all part of the same cosmic experiment, shouldn't we treat each other with profound respect and curiosity? Every person you meet might be carrying a unique genetic variation, a crucial piece of the cosmic puzzle. This idea also has implications for our relationship with planet Earth. If this is our assigned laboratory, we have a sacred responsibility to care for it. Every act of environmental conservation becomes a way to honor the design of our creators and preserve the necessary conditions for our evolutionary experiment. On a personal level, this theory invites us to explore and develop our hidden potential. What latent capabilities might be programmed in our DNA, waiting to be activated? This could inspire us to explore practices like meditation, yoga, or even scientific and artistic disciplines as ways to unlock our genetic potential. Moreover, this perspective can transform our view of learning and personal growth. Every new piece of knowledge or skill we acquire could be seen as a step in activating our cosmic potential. This invites us to approach life with insatiable curiosity and a constant desire for evolution. Finally, this theory challenges us to live with a sense of cosmic purpose. Even though we may not know for certain the ultimate goal of our creators, we can choose to live as if each of our actions holds significance on a universal scale. My dear truth seekers, I invite you to reflect deeply on these ideas. How can you incorporate them into your daily life? How can you use this perspective to transform your challenges into opportunities for cosmic growth? Remember, whatever the ultimate truth about our origins, the mere act of contemplating these possibilities is already elevating us. It is challenging us to live more consciously, more connected with the vast mystery of the cosmos. In our final segment, we will explore how you can continue this quest for truth and share these ideas with others, because each of you, my brave research companions, has the potential to be a catalyst for the evolution of human consciousness. My dear truth seekers, we have reached the end of our journey today, but in reality, this is just the beginning. The theory of Eden as an extraterrestrial genetic laboratory is just one piece of the vast cosmic puzzle we are unraveling together. Now, I urge you to take action. Don't let these ideas remain merely an interesting speculation. Bring them into the world, share them, debate them, be the catalysts for the awakening of human consciousness. First, I urge you to continue your own research. Explore ancient texts with fresh eyes. Study the latest advances in genetics and astrophysics. Stay open to the signs and synchronicities that may appear in your daily life. Second, share these ideas with others, but do so with wisdom and compassion. Remember, not everyone is ready to question established narratives. Be patient, be kind, but be brave in your pursuit of truth. Third, join communities of like-minded individuals. Seek out study groups, online forums, or even start your own discussion circles. The power of these ideas is amplified when we explore them collectively. Fourth, stay connected with our community. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Activate notifications so you don't miss any of our future revelations. And don't forget to share our videos with those who might benefit from this information. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, live these ideas. Allow them to transform your perception of reality. See each day as an opportunity to evolve, to expand your consciousness, to contribute to the grand cosmic experiment of which we are all a part. Remember, my courageous research companions, that truth has the power to set us free, but with that power comes responsibility. Use this knowledge wisely, with compassion and with a deep respect for the cosmic mystery of which we all are a part. Until our next encounter, keep your minds open, your hearts brave, and your eyes fixed on the stars. The truth is out there, and together we will discover it.